they say it's all been done, as in there are no original ideas left? That is a lie. Big, fat, wart-covered lie. And I'm gonna remove those warts today. Nurse, scalpel of truth, please. This is a carrot peeler of truth. I'll take it. It's actually very easy to come up with original ideas. The question is whether an audience will accept it as cool and interesting or think it's really weird. For example, right now I could come up with a movie about a buffalo with fur made of marshmallows who wants to get into real estate. See, that's never been done before, but the absurdity would keep almost everybody from seeing that movie. Oh, except Brandon. Ugh, that guy will see anything with a buffalo in it. So the problem is not a shortage of ideas, it's a shortage of non-ridiculous ideas. Concepts that are just crazy enough to work while still being simple and mainstream enough to not become stupid. I walk this line every day while brainstorming ideas for novels. I'll be like, oh, that's cool, I could... No, if I do that, people will think I'm weird and then I'm a weird psycho. Oh, I could... No, they did that in Harry Potter. They did everything in Harry Potter. So what do people do to circumvent this problem? Force in some concepts that already worked in the past. You know what I'm talking about. You see it every day where people try to cram in a previously popular intellectual property in order to make sure that their original idea gets noticed. Okay, hear me out. It's a spy action thriller, but it's about the old woman who lives in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do, so she became a contract killer. I think of the problem with media today like this scenario. Imagine walking down the street and you see a bunch of dudes go by with t-shirts on that have original art with original characters that you've never seen in your life. You probably just ignore them, right? But then you see a shirt with Mario on it, and then you notice. Especially if the shirt has some sort of twist, like Mario's trying to go down a pipe, but then it gets all covered in crude oil, and he's like, Mamma Mia! Band of the Dakota Access the Pipeline. Relevant and pop culture-y. Yum. Tastes like desperation. Trying to come up with an original idea today and make sure it gets noticed requires Mario covered in oil. That's what I'm saying. Whether it be writing or visual art or music, it has to somehow be linked to like Link or some other intellectual property that's already popular. Disney princesses reimagined as genocidal dictators, or the zodiac signs reimagined as Disney princes, but ghosts. There was an Owlturd comic that summed this whole problem up perfectly. This is already a complaining vlog, so I'll just venture further down the dark alley of butthurt. Oh, it's damp and it smells like some dude's unwashed ponytail. Oh, and there's a dumpster over there full of user reviews of Marvel movies. Anyways, one of the worst first-hand experiences I had with this, with needing another intellectual property to make sure your own thing gets noticed, was in a songwriting competition. The challenge was to write a national anthem for a fictional country. People submitted a bunch of cool songs, like an anthem to Hyrule or Mordor or the Shire. I wrote one for an evil alien planet called Croton Alley. I actually uploaded a music video for that, and one of the judges ranked me as low as possible, and he said, this is about a sci-fi universe I know nothing about, so I get none of the references. And I'm like, yeah, it's not a what I made it up with what do you call that? Oh, imagination! We need like a universally known label to stamp on a piece of original art. People will see the seal on the thumbnail and be like, oh, okay, this will not be something I'm familiar with, but I should try to have an open mind and enjoy it for what it's worth. Like upload a video to YouTube, slap that on the thumbnail, and then everyone knows there's no Wolverine or Game of Thrones or Darth Vader. Or upload a piece of art with an original character, slap that seal on there, and people will know that it's not steampunk zombie Powerpuff Girls. And maybe we can get a new database of intellectual property to work with over the next few decades instead of arguing over which Sherlock Holmes is the best. I know that most people think that copyright laws are too strict and that we should be able to incorporate old ideas besides just Sherlock and Shakespeare, and I basically agree with that. But at the same time, a part of me is like, just make your own stuff. Stop giving your own concepts a steroid booster shot of something famous and recognizable. Okay, I'm done complaining. Now I need to get back to writing my spy action thriller reimagining of Hamlet set in the Alice in Wonderland universe. Thanks for watching. Make a like down there and put a comment about you. Okay, don't forget, you can make your own ideas if you just make a factory machine that pumps them out. And if you do, can I come in the factory and can I buy an idea from that? Just grab it off the conveyor belt. Be like, oh, it's still hot.